Welcome along, everybody, to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Hello there everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome back to my F1 25 My Team career mode. And after a double trip to Austria, we are now home. This is the British Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last installment, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. So it was P2 once again last time out. Another second place finish. We're keeping consistent, but it was a DNF before that, and the championship contenders are still very close. So we haven't got a moment to breathe here. We've got to keep pushing and aiming high. And what I'm aiming for here is obviously the big dub. Completing our first qualifying lap then. It's looking pretty good, I would say, but it's not looking excellent. And as we go over the line, wow, only P16. So actually, I thought it was looking good, but it really wasn't. And we're having to go again just to ensure safety into Q2. Otherwise, we're going to be out at Q1, and that is the last thing we want. Luckily, we were able to get ourselves through, but look at that. 14th and 15th for our two cars. We are really struggling at this circuit, and I don't know what it is, but there is just something around here that isn't working on this car, especially when you see Antonelli is just as low. Q2 then, and I'm trying to find those crucial tenths of a second and see whereabouts exactly we're going wrong. And as we go for the line round the left-hander, clip the two curbs. What is it going to be? It's only P12! It is only P12, and we are out at Q2.
Welcome to not only the home of British motorsport, but also the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone, a classic on the calendar, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Mika Hakkinen completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Norris, Ayrton Senna and Tsunoda, Russell, Antonelli, Albon and Pierre Gasly, Behrman, Leclerc, Carlos Sainz and Stroll, Jackson, O'Sullivan, Paul Aaron and Jack Doohan, Bortoleto, Hadjar, Lawson and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now,
I cannot believe that we are only P12 on the grid here. But we got 26 laps to see what we can do, and we are underway here at Silverstone. But look how quickly Sainz gets underway. I'm going to try and hold him off down the inside. And in fact, we might even be able to nip Ollie Behrman for a place. And have we done that? Yes, we have. There was also a little look at Pierre Gasly, but we're not able to do anything about him. So we are up a position, up into P11. But guys, I was flabbergasted by that qualifying performance. Absolutely shocking. We really needed to do better there. And unfortunately, it just did not happen. So now we've got a tough race ahead of us, and I'm having to back out last minute there because Pierre Gasly going quite slow around the Maggots and Beckett's complex, and doing it backwards is quite scary. But that's what we've got here as we do this backwards British Grand Prix. And this is the only visit to Silverstone that we've got. So I want to try and do well on home turf here as we try and take a very late lunge on Pierre Gasly. But Pierre closes the door on that and not surprisingly sees that coming. Hakkinen is your race leader at this stage, but Max Verstappen is in close pursuit there. And Hakkinen needs this for his season, and I need Verstappen to not win. So I'm really rooting for Mika Hakkinen in this Grand Prix. I don't think really we have got the pace to win it. I'm hoping that our race pace is going to be stronger than our quali pace, and at the moment it is proving to be as such, but we're stuck in this train and I need to get ahead of Gasly as soon as possible, and that's exactly what we're doing. Going up the inside, Gasly's trying to fight me on the left, but there is not really any fighting that as we get the better exit and we move up into the points paying positions, into P10. And I'm really, honestly, this is what is surprising me here. I am wringing this car's neck just to stay in touch with these guys. So this might hurt my tyres later on, but we're now going down the inside of Alex Albon, moving up into P9. That's another place gained as we now start to put the pressure on George Russell, and we're setting some more competitive laps as well. So this would suggest that there is a bit more pace in this car than what is being shown while we're stuck in this train. And this is a very late dive on George Russell, and luckily he's caught napping a little bit there. Russell trying to fight it, but we're through and up into P8. Antonelli, our teammate, dead ahead in P7. Oh, this is the irritating part, because I really could do with having him getting after some of the front-running drivers, and he just isn't doing that. Tsunoda is 3 seconds ahead, so we're going to see what our pace is in relation to the front guys relatively soon as I close in on Kimi Antonelli, and we're going to make the same dive down the inside of our teammate. Antonelli fighting me a bit harder there, but he nearly loses the car doing it, and we move into P6. Now it's a case of can we catch Yuki Tsunoda, who is about 3.5 seconds up the road. What have we got in clear air? And we did have to push quite hard to clear Antonelli because he was right in the DRS, and the answer is we do not have an answer for the cars in front. And at this moment in the Grand Prix, P7 is looking like our best case scenario, unless someone in front retires or has an issue. So this is gut-wrenching. One thing I have tried to do is stay out a couple of laps longer on the medium tyre to try and have a bit of an offset when we get on the hard tyre, and maybe then we can attack harder and get after the cars in front. This very nearly didn't work out for us because we nearly lost a place to George Russell, who is just coming up to the chicane now. So actually, we're quite fortunate there that we didn't lose a place to him. But I was just thinking again, with the offset we have, maybe that can help us out. And Antonelli, I think at this stage, has dropped out of the points. I really need to think about who my Season 4 driver is, because I feel like we've got Red Bull syndrome here. We've got one very strong... And Mika Hakkinen! No! No! Mika Hakkinen out of the British Grand Prix. He was leading, and he was our only hope against Max Verstappen winning this race. Now we've got Aiden Jackson coming after George Russell. This is a battle for 7th, and you can see us just in front of this battle. So these three are closing in. Where's Antonelli in all of this? He's in 14th. Wow. Okay, we need a new second driver because we've got a bit of Red Bull syndrome here. One strong driver, one not so strong driver. And here comes Aiden Jackson up into P7, moving his Ferrari ahead of George Russell. And Alex Albon has done the same thing. And we've now got 2 laps to hold off a very fast-paced Ferrari of Aiden Jackson, who's really starting to come strong heading into the second half of the season. Senna still in P5. Tsunoda in 4th, they're nowhere near us. We weren't catching them anyway. But it's a shame that even with the tyre offset, the pace just isn't there. And the race pace just hasn't been in this car today. But the one thing that is a relief is that we have been able to do some form of damage limitation here in P6, which I think is the best that we could hope for, given that we started P12 and the pace here just looked absolutely dreadful. So even if we lose the place to Jackson and get P7, it's still damage limitation done for me, as that was what this race was going to be anyway, especially after seeing the qualifying pace. The plan in my head was, right, just go into this race, do whatever damage limitation we can, and P6 is looking pretty good for us. Jackson is going to have a go here. We're going to take the inside for Luffield, and he's not going to be able to take it round the outside there. He's having a go, but he's shut down. And Max Verstappen, our championship nemesis, wins this British Grand Prix. It's crucial now that we hold on to Jackson, who is going for P6. He's going for the outside there, but we're going to have the inside going into the next corner, and we retake P6. Jackson went for it, but we took it straight back, and it's going to be a disappointing home race. But P6, that is the best we could have done. That really is the best we could have done.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Oh, really difficult.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
To come here and take victory as a team today on home soil was so important. You can see how much it means to them. The drivers there doing their part. The team's strategy was perfect as well. And the fans really embraced that. What a great atmosphere we had here today.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again, because Max Verstappen is back on the top step. It's been an absolutely wild weekend.
Well, that's Max Verstappen then, your winner of the British Grand Prix, taking that P1 spot. Oscar Piastri gets second, Lando Norris third, Senna, the other championship contender, down in P5, so not a great day for him. And we split the Ferraris in P6, with Jackson, Albon, Russell and Sainz completing the top 10. Antonelli in P13. That is just disappointing. So it's definitely like a track that just didn't work with the car, but it's proven quite costly now, because Max Verstappen has taken the lead in the Drivers' Championship by 4 points. Senna's still in the hunt, 26 behind, but dropping back a little bit. And then you got Norris, Russell, Piastri, Hakkinen, Tsunoda, Jackson and Antonelli rounding out the top 10. Like I said, I feel like it was more of a car thing, but Antonelli is not there when I need him as well. So we really need to reconsider our teammate for Season 4. Thank you so much for watching this instalment of Career Mode. Please don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new here. Until the next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now, and enjoy the rest of your day.